What's up, family? So today, this video is going to be about the origins of this planet and the origins of the races on this planet. So, like I said in the previous video, before there was anything, before there was creation, there was nothing at all. There was complete darkness. Like when you start with a canvas, there's nothing at all until you finally put that pencil or that pen or that paintbrush on that canvas, and that's when everything starts. And it all starts at one point. It starts at the smallest point, even though you don't realize that. Everything starts at the smallest points and goes to the biggest point. So anyway, when this first creation came out, that was Christ. And where that came from is, even though that there was nothing, within that nothingness was the divine feminine and divine masculine energies. So when these divine feminine and masculine energies came together, it created the first light for creation, because the divine feminine energy goes clockwise. The divine masculine energy goes, the divine feminine energy goes counterclockwise, and the divine masculine energy goes clockwise. So when they came together, they created friction, and they created the first light of creation. Like when you take a stick and do it like this on a rock, or however they do it, and that fire comes out, that flame comes out, or you take a match and hit it on that little match bar, and that flame comes out. That's how it was. It was the first light of creation came out, and it started from the smallest point, and it spread and it spread, but it eternally spreads. It's even spreading today, and that's where the light for our whole creation comes from. That's what gave us a light to see, them the light to see, to create the rest. Now, the divine feminine and divine masculine energy represent the 12 virtues. Now, I don't remember the whole 12 virtues, but I'm going to put it in that description box. Now, these 12 virtues, there's a feminine energy to it and a masculine energy to it. So when they came together, they created 24 virtues. Now, we can look at these like the angels, the cherubim angels. Now, these angels, when they came about, there was 4 groups of 6 angels, and there was a head of each group. Now, each group represents an element: fire, water, air, earth. Each of them represents an element. So when they came about, they created this planet. They created this world. First, they started with the air. Then they started with the water. Then they started with the earth. Then they started with the fire. And that's how this planet was created. Now, when they created the planet, they created the races on this planet. They had the red race, which represents the earth. They had the yellow race, which represents the water. They had the black race, which represents the fire, and the white race, which represents the air. And that's where all the races came from. And it's described in the Bible when they said, create them in our likeness. And so is the part I'm talking about with Christ. They said, let there be light. Remember, if he said, let there be light, that means that there wasn't no light in the first place. So he said, let there be light, and that's where that first light of creation came from. Bow. And then when he created the earth, that's in there too. God created the heavens and the earth. And then, God created the people from the dust of the earth. That's all in the Bible. That's why you got to stop hating on the Bible so much. But anyway, to the next point. They created these races on this planet, and they all were in one place. They all started in one place, but they scattered. At a later time, they scattered all over the planet. They scattered all to different areas of the earth. That's in the Bible too. He said he scattered them to different parts of the earth, but they started in one place. Now, I believe they started right here in America, this country right here that we at. It started right here. And I believe that because this is the planet, this is the country where we got Atlantis on one side and the Pacific Ocean on the other. Now, Atlantic Ocean is on the east coast by New York and all that type of stuff. That's the Atlantic Ocean. The Pacific Ocean over by California, Hawaii, all that stuff, Arizona, all that different stuff right there. Now, Lemuria, or Mu, it used to be a place that I think used to be connected to California, but fell into the ocean. And you can still see it now. If you go out there, allegedly, you can still see it. Like, you can see the top of a volcano still there, of that fallen island. And that was where Mu was. And I think that was connected to California. Now, I think New York is where Atlantis was connected to. Now, that isn't even publicly known yet. That's just something I came up with my intuition in my mind. But they know about the California part, about Mu being part of California. And I think Mu is where the beginning was, because that's the Atlantis represents, guess what? The divine masculine energy. Now, Lemur represents the divine feminine energy. And y'all know everything starts from what? The mother. It actually starts with both of them together. The divine feminine and divine masculine energies coming together. And so right in between that is what? America. Right in between those two islands that represents the feminine energy and masculine energy on the planet. That's what they represent. It's like the feminine energy at its highest point on this planet, I think, and the masculine energy on this planet. So we're right here in the midst of all that. And that explains why right now all the races are coming back to this country. All the races coming back here. This is the only country where you can find every race here. There's white people, black people, red people, yellow people. The yellow people is the Mexicans. The red for folks is the Indians. The black folks is us, Africans, and the white folks is white folks. So this is the only place where all of us are at. And this is the place that all of us are drawn to, probably because that's where we started from. And y'all know how it goes. It got to end where it started at. That's how it goes. If you finish a circle, it ends right back where it began. That's where it ends. And we all know that we're living in the end times right now. Well, at least I do. We're living in the end times right now. So I believe the origin of the whole planet started in America, not Africa, not Europe, not nowhere like that. I believe it started right here in America. So while y'all are looking at America like it's not nothing and it's so evil and stuff, I believe this is where all of it started from. Right here in America. There's a lot of sacred energy here, a lot of sacred sites. I don't think it started in Egypt or nothing. I think it started right here in California. That's why folks love California so much. Maybe that's why Hollywood is in California. Maybe that's why, because you know they got Hollywood from a Hollywood that they used to use in magic thousands of years ago. So maybe they got some type of connection to it. I don't know, but I think it started right here in America. This is where the origin of the whole everything started from. Now, this is just what I think off of my research and everything I've been doing, my meditation and question asking. This is what I think. So, y'all tell me in the comments what y'all think. And also back on the 12 virtues, that's what Christ is. The 12 virtues. The 12 virtues is what Christ is. So if you want to get close to being like Christ-like, get back on your Christ stuff, start following them 12 virtues. And I'm going to put them in the description box. And I'll catch y'all later, all right? Peace. Thanks for watching this video. Peace.